Okay, we're back with mic, with picture, with everything, hopefully. Yes. Well, I guess everybody now uses, Slobs? Streamlabs OBS, and I have not switched over to that. I will, I should. I just haven't. So we're back to Riven. Of course, when we left off, I had no idea what I was doing, right? That is business as usual. I just went to try to open my inventory, forgetting that I have no such thing in this game. This is what I need. I need my handy notepad. Alright, so by and large, we figured out a bunch of things. The little nudge that I needed last time. What do we have here? Is that a puzzles? It could be a puzzles. Keep an eye on it. The big thing we're trying to solve right now. I had figured out, okay, there are supposed to be 6 colors that correspond to these 6 symbols. Yeah, still open to the same page. Great. I was just totally unable to figure out where I could find out something like that. Somebody dropped the small hint that there was a place that I hadn't been yet, an underwater place, and then I went and found it and learned 5 of the 6 colors. Orange, yellow, blue, red, and green, and there is another not quite blue, I think. And which ones each one corresponds to. But we've only found 4 domes that have a symbol on them. I think I know where the 5th one is in terms of like location on the map, but I don't know how I would get there. Let's go back to the Imager again. There's 2 things in the game that I call the Imager. It's a problem. Hello, EverX. Where have you been all my life? Or where have you been for the last few days? You were here for some of this, though. Oh, it's so funny, too, seeing it now, to go, like, out of all of these times, because there have been a bunch of times, because for a while, the only way to get over here that I knew of was to take this thing. It's like, hey, look, there's a door right there. I'll just go out this way. Oh, there it is again. I'll just go this way. And not realize, like, hey, there's another way to go. And even, like, now that I'm going past it quickly, you can still see if you look, and they even let you look down. There's somewhere else to go. So that was, I think, the big discovery of last time. And it wasn't my own discovery. I needed somebody else to kind of help out. Okay. That still isn't fixed then. Okay. If I... Ah! This used to be fine. I don't... And now it is ruined. I don't know what I'm doing different today. Alright. Well, here's... Alright, I'm gonna have to stop the... No, hang on. Can I minimize and have it work? No. No. So the thing is, I have a bot. I have this bot that I wrote, and it pops up a big window that just sits. Oh wait, hold on. There's a better way. Okay, there's that. All right, that ought to do it. It just means that no, that still didn't do it. Okay, something changed. You know what? Oh, could it have been the Windows update? I just updated Windows today. Is that somehow like? Watch if I stop that. If I breaks if I drag it off the stream. I bet the Windows update broke it. Oh no. I didn't completely write it from scratch, but yeah, I wrote it. Okay, so see, the deal is, okay, so there are two windows that are messing up because I normally drag them off screen so that I don't see them. One is a giant bright green window that I use for my bot, that if somebody were to cheer, and don't cheer today because I had to hide the window and nothing will pop up. But normally if you were to cheer, it would, I think the chat should be fine now. It would go like, you know, a thing would pop up. But that window I normally drag off the screen, and when I did so, that seems to be what breaks it. And then the other thing, the reason that the chat was weird is because that's the window where all of the chat, including hide text, shows up. So I normally drag it off the screen so that I don't see it. And I think OBS stops seeing it correctly now. It stops rendering correctly because it's off screen. So I had to. It's now there, but it's behind. It's just behind the other windows instead of being off the monitor. So the tricky part is this here. Whatever this is. How is it connected? Right, because this should be one continuous map. Cat Hood. Cat Hood hasn't worked for a while. That I would need to redo that to match my new overlay. That was a long time ago. So again, unless I'm crazy, this is a 5th dome that I have not been to. And which side of this, both of this bottom part right here, looks like it should connect somehow to whatever the other thing is. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Here. Wherever this is, this slope leads to that other thing. And what is this place? Is this... Okay, there's the big dome. If you are to the east of the big dome, this, I think, is that the star-shaped room. Right? That's where you would take the bridge across. Down here is where we started. This makes sense. This is where we started. You come up. This is one way into the star room. Over here is the back entrance to the star room. This, I don't know what this is. But yeah, right here's the star fissure. That thing that we're gonna open up in order to end the game when we're ready. This right here is the room with the room with the 5 exits that we can rotate. This is the back entrance to that room. This is the bridge leading to the place with the temple? Sure. Let's say inside here is that temple kind of area. And that would mean that heading in there and taking a left would bring us out to here. Alright, let's think about that. So one of the things in the past 2 days that I've just been chilling and not streaming and not playing this, I've been thinking about it. And of course there are things about Riven that I like. And there are some that I don't like so much. And I think one of the things that's just difficult for me to get used to is I'm used to point and click, right? You take other point and click type games, Deponia, Monkey Island, blah blah blah. You go into the game, or you go into a chapter of the game, and you go, I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna touch everything, I'm gonna pick everything up, I'm gonna talk to everyone. I'm going to use all of my actions on a bunch of things, looking for things that make sense. The like, just very easy. I have a rubber chicken. I have a rubber chicken shaped hole. Oh, easy puzzle. And then eventually, when you get stuck, you, or at least I, develop a sort of strategy for trying to move forward. That I would first go, let me look at my inventory. Every item in my inventory, I'm going to either use every action that I can on each of them, or at least consider what actions I might use on some of them. And then I might try to combine them to go, every pair of items, I'm going to either try to combine them, or at least think about, okay, you know, a sponge and a banjo. Can I think of any reason that I could combine those? No, not really. Move on to the next one. And then we go, okay, go to every person in the game. Talk to them and exhaust their conversation tree. Make sure that I've said everything. Is this the only way to get... Okay, yeah. Exhaust everything that you could possibly say to this person. Okay, done. Alright, next... Go to every place in the game, because there would be a limited number, you know, a dozen or 2 screens. So what was I... Hang on. Before I... This doesn't seem to be it, because it's not connected. The thing that I'm looking for actually is connected. I think it has to be underwater. Either it's underwater, or it's something that no longer exists. Like, it used to be there, and then disappeared or sank or something, because what I'm expecting is that from here there is supposed to be a way to get to that final thing. And not only do I not see anything, this doesn't even appear to be connected to anything. I can't manipulate this anymore. What I was starting to say is, you would only have a limited number of screens that you could go to. Yeah, I think I'm trying to find I don't even know if it's the last dome. Dome number 5. I don't know if there are only 5 domes or if there could be 6, but according to what I was seeing on the imager, there should only be 5, I think. In Monkey Island, you could go to each screen and then go like, okay, I'm going to sweep the cursor like this across every tiny little thing so that I can make sure that I'm aware of everything that I can interact with on this screen. And then I'll go to the next screen and do that again. And then I'll go to the next screen and do that again. And then if I still haven't come up with any ideas, I'll do that again. But each and every item that I go to, I will go to here and go every piece of inventory, every action available. And I can trust that in doing that, those are the only things that you can do in the game, so one of them will work. I can't really do that here because there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of screens, because every time you turn, it's a new screen, and also waving the cursor over something doesn't trigger anything. I would need to actually click, and most of the places that you click, it moves you forward. It would take a really long time to exhaustively go and... Not even exhaustively long, it would take forever to completely and totally click on everything. So I don't have a method that like satisfyingly lets me feel like, well, at least I'm going through all the probabilities and I'm doing a list of actions, one of which is guaranteed to work. I just noticed this is the thing. This is a pop-up thing. It's the thing from in front of the other fish statue. Is that the hint? Is that the hint to how you're supposed to find the other one? And there's not one over here. There is one over here. And on the ground. Okay, there's 2 of them on the ground here. Unless I'm misunderstanding it and those are supposed to be something else. There's only one over here. I don't know what these red chips are supposed to be. See, I'm more suspicious of this room than I was before because, like I said, if we're narrowing down the location of that 5th dome, it seems like it should be something that I access from this room or from the other room, the secret room. Because there's really not, I can't turn part way when I'm here or here. I can't turn this around and then step out, right? Take a running leap into the ocean. Nope. I can't just say, like, go forward here. This is an illusion. Roll to disbelieve. But so that's something that have I tried coming here with the door closed? I've tried coming into this room with the door closed, but now that I know that I can go around. This room, there's almost nothing you can do. You can't really explore it, so I don't think there's a secret passage in here. If I close this door and then go all the way around and come here from the other side, I've never seen what the other side of the door looks like. Actually, I don't think I've seen what either side of the door looks like. Because why close a door? NES D-pads. I see. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. No good. Again, here I really wish. There's that one, and there should be, again, over somewhere farther over that way. There should be a thing. There should be a very large, entire size of a whole map piece thing. With a dome in it. This will be a fun one. I'll have to go back and, like... Summon. Picking. To go back and see what are all these crazy conversations that you guys have and hide while I'm not looking. Same deal. We're just talking dirty. Better not. This is E for everyone stream. No, it's not. Alright, so that didn't solve anything, and before I forget, let me go back and open the door, because I don't want to be inconvenienced the next time I try to go there and have the door be closed. There's also, unlike Deponia or Monkey Island, again, the fact that this is not split up into like chapters or even segments like Myst was, where you might go, you know, okay, here are the puzzles just for this this chapter, and then at some point we're gonna cut it off and we're gonna go, everything from here on is a new chapter. The locations that you were at in the previous chapter are no longer visitable in order to eliminate them from the list of things that you have to worry about. A number of items are going to be lost so that you don't have to worry about them. You've already used them for puzzle solutions, they're gone. A bunch of the people that you were talking to in chapter 1 are gone. That serves a pretty good purpose in terms of limiting like how much you have to worry about. I'm not going to say that it's like, it's not like it's bad to only have the one chapter and never have any locations get eliminated, but it does, I didn't mean to close that. It does give a different feel in terms of going, like, there's this whole huge island, and I keep finding more ways that it's interconnected. But it also, it lends itself to having hours and hours and hours of going, I'm just retreading this gigantic world and not doing anything fun and not learning anything and not accomplishing anything. And that's probably the thing that is bothering me the most, is that this game allows for... I keep seeing that. I think that's just the light. It's not actually a thing on that pedestal. Or on that column. Har har har. I try to discourage people from using exclamation point hide with a typo as a joke, just because I don't want to get used to the idea that if I see it and somebody has it misspelled that it's a joke and that I should read it, because occasionally people are going to typo. I'd rather not have to like guess at whether it's okay for me to read something or not. So what, if not seeking the final dome, what else can I work on? Each of the domes has a book in it. I can't open the books until I power the domes, and I think in order to power the domes I need all of their locations, but I have 5 dome locations listed, and there are 6 oh. Serp is only listening, not watching. That is okay. If I go to the... Yeah, if we go this way, this is where this exists. Oh, and we do... I don't know why I thought the last one was like a lighter shade of blue. No, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Easy. So where do I think each of these goes? Are they in the correct spots right now? If we go... This one up here is the island one. Island one that's a dot. That should be green. Okay, let's take all these off. Maybe I can actually complete this puzzle right now. All right, so this one up here is the one that's just the circle with a vertical line. That's the one that we don't know what color it is, so it must be purple. And that purple one is here. Down here we have the crooked one that's next to the imager. That one is a horizontal line. Horizontal line is orange. And it goes in this square here. The one in the forest looks like a vertical line inside of the slim things that's red. Red goes in, oh gosh, handwriting, why? Seems to be this one here. Good. This is where it gets harder to read what I was trying to say because I can't figure out what to call different things. This one, the green one, the one that's just a circle with a dot, is the one that's closest to this dome. That should be here in the corner. Brute force it. Yeah, I might do that off stream. I might do that off stream. Brute force this puzzle. You know, there's only 25 by 25. Yeah. 625 different places to put them, 6 different colors to use. Oh yeah, I'll get right on that. All right, so yellow or blue? Yellow or blue? One of those two, and we don't know which one because we haven't been there, is the dome here. One moment. I don't want to just, yeah, because there's the dome that we're standing in right now where the imager is. That might have a color that corresponds to it. I don't just want to throw that in. All right, I think I'm going to presume that you only need 5. And I'm just going to try this. Did that do that? Was that a reset? All the colors are back. Hold on. Did I? I don't know, and I don't know how to. I don't want to pick it. I don't want to pick it up if. All right, hold on. How might one get in there? Which way do I go? I can't tell if the music changed or not. I pushed a button. Oh, maybe if I go to one of the domes now. That's a pain. No, we would have seen something more dramatic happen, right? It's annoying that I despite all of my running around this world, I still don't know, like, the closest dome. And I wind up running in circles. Meh. It doesn't look any different. I don't think I did it. I do not think I did it. Got me all excited. I don't think I did it, though. Nothing's lighting up spectacularly. Okay, it is lighting up spectacularly. I did do it! Why didn't it light up spectacularly? Okay, so this is... We now have... How was I... Did I... Was I supposed to somehow... I still have to find a way to get to that 5th dome, right? Because we're going to need to go in all of them. This is his lab, isn't it? What? Okay.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, Well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago.
I've seen the bad endings. I know this is an
30 years,
act.
30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed.
Press X to doubt.
To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one.
He's smoking the frogs.
I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the Fifth Age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. As far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atris desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. Which brings me to the point of all of this. The linking book you brought with you. You're very fortunate to have recovered it. If I may. Thank you.
There's no videos in this book. He's not gonna go in.
Perhaps it would be best if you went through first. You may need some time to decide. That is reasonable. Until then, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, cruel though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age. Please understand, there is nothing I want more than a chance to resolve matters between Atris and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. But unless you are willing to demonstrate to me that your intentions are honorable, I cannot risk it. The sanctuary I've been writing for the Islanders is nearly complete. After all these years, it would be a shame if I were unable to finish it. The work I am doing is quite demanding. Please don't signal me unless you've decided to use the book. The switch will reset itself once you link from here.
This was unexpected. So, let's save before anything else. It is interesting that although we have seen the other endings where he, you know, twirls his mustache and rubs his hands together and says, "Mwahaha, I'm finally free now to destroy all of the cosmos," he, you know, does bring up a good point. That he is not necessarily the same person he was 30 years ago. And most of the stuff that we've read of his is of him both trying to escape here and trying to... I don't know, did we see him doing much by the, they each have a thing on them. Alright, so what does this switch do? I actually forgot. Never mind, it's not real. Alright, so the only thing we can do from here is take the linking books. Let's go to this one, as we may have gotten here prematurely. I don't know if there was supposed to be a way... Yeah, we 100% for sure have never been there. So because of the imager, I knew where it was, and I guessed to make it blue instead of yellow because all of the domes are colored yellow. That is the extent of my guess. I know, I'm bracing myself for that. I'm bracing myself for that because I have to imagine that we were supposed to get here first. We were supposed to get to all 5 domes before this happened. We're gonna backtrack somehow. Wherever this leads, it's gonna be somewhere. prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves for nonsense and bullshit. What is this? What is this? Beep. Ding. Clack. We're up to sound puzzles now. Oh, we're actually trapped in here. Oh, nope, no we're not. This is where the hint is that you can go into the fish.
You made it. But how'd you get past Ken? He must really believe I've gone mad. I know what he's doing. He's watching you. He's waiting for you to make a mistake. He's hoping you'll lead him back to Danny. You can't let Gen... Atris sent you to save me. But if Gen gets back to Danny, he'll kill him. I think I know how to signal Atris, but it's going to take both of us. You'll have to trap Gen before you can get the combination. Be careful. Go then. If you won't help me, then I have nothing more to say.
Okay, so maybe not. Maybe it seems absolutely that this is... You are only supposed to be able to get here from the dome, not get here and then go to the dome, because this is where she is trapped. This is the prison. This is the prison. There's nothing that you can do here. So they show these switches, but this can't... You already know about the fish at this point. You already know about the fish statue at this point. Weird. Okay. And so the clack turbing, that is the combination to let her out. And I need to trap him somehow in order to free her. In order to get that combination and free her. Man, I'll be patient before I go and either ask questions or look it up somewhere, but I would love to know how are you supposed to get through this game? Cannot skip. I wonder if maybe at the imager itself, if there was a way to look at those domes and see what color or symbol each of them had. It's been a very confusing playthrough. So no matter which of the books you take, you wind up getting dumped into the little prison cell. The age looks like it has mountains sitting on top of other mountains. Yes, this is very weird. The only thing I can... I mean, duh, there doesn't really have to be a scientific explanation for it, but you know that, like, if you look at... If you go to a canyon or something where you can see the geological history, like you can see for this number of inches that it's all this type of rock, and then the next thing it's all this type of rock, and then I forget what that's called, striated something. From times where there were, you know, thousands or millions of years where a certain type of rock was accumulating there. And then you can see, like, the history when you go somewhere where there's either a fault line or there's a canyon or something. And because the different rocks have different, like, erode at different rates, you can have something like that where there's one that's, you know, way carved in or something. I'm mostly making all that up. Don't listen to me ever. Okay, so I could have just pushed that. Why did that happen? Why couldn't I push that button before? Because I needed to leave and come back? He said something about the switch resetting after I left.
I'm relieved you've returned. I thought perhaps you had decided against it. Here, I shall follow you directly. Please. You're free to go. But I think you should not come back unless you're willing to use the book.
If I use the book, I'm pretty sure I get a game over. Oh, you like to think Gen messed up the world. He went to Control V, a mountain into the world, accidentally double tapped it, and he's like, fine, I meant to do it that way. So So no matter which of the books we use, we're just going to wind up back in here. Maybe if I go talk to her. If I talk to her again, what will she say? There's a pretty good chance that we're finishing this today, just saying. Oh, she doesn't come back out? Drat. Alright, so even though she said that bit about, like, he means to trap you, he's waiting for you to make a mistake. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the book. I imagine that it's going to lead to a bad end, because when you use the book, the other guard guy is gonna pop out, and he's gonna be like, oh, I was trapped in that book. And Gen's gonna go, ah, well, I got him, man. Is there anything else we have unsolved?
All right then, once more.
Maybe I'm supposed to just keep calling him until he gets upset.
The only path open to you now is through this book. Take it.
Okay. So wait, why did he fall for it? Not into the book. It burns. Why did he follow me in? Plus, I thought there was somebody in there already. All right, well, we're saving it. What a weird solution. All right, so can I get a bad end now by letting him back out?
I don't know exactly why you released me, but you realize, of course, that this must be the end for you. I can't take the chance that you will change your mind again. It may provide you with some solace, however, to know that with this act of self-sacrifice, you have secured your place in history. The Dani culture will be reborn. The lives of millions will be purified. Thanks to you. Farewell.
He thought that since you went in, it was a genuine linking book. Like, I guess there's the fact that okay, Gen doesn't know that prison books exist, right? That was something that Atris came up with after the fact. Long after he long after he left Riven and left his father there, he found out a way of doing this prison book, right? That was part of the reason that he thought we would be able to trap Gen in one, is that Gen had never even heard that such a thing was possible. So, like, yeah, I guess that must be it. That after I went in, they were like, oh, well, okay, all right, he did go in. Maybe he was thinking it was like, maybe it's just a portal to a volcano, right? It's a linking book to a world that instantly kills you. And he was like, oh, well, he actually went in, so it must be safe. So then he does, and I pop out. But I also thought that there was someone in the book already, because when we got the bad ending where you grab the, you are given the book and you immediately go in, right? I guess not. I guess the assumption is that somebody finds the book and brings it to Gen. I don't actually know. I don't know. Did the guy at the beginning actually get trapped? I don't know. I don't think so. We didn't see him disappear, right? We saw the other guy came and dragged him, like knocked him out and dragged him away or something. Yeah, he was maybe shot by a dart or something. He collapsed and was dragged off screen. I think. It's been a while at this point. It's been like 2 weeks since we started the game. A rebel was who let me out of the cage. Alright, so there must not be anybody in the book right now. So we just did the switcheroo. I jumped in. He was like, oh, well, it must be safe then. He jumped in. That spit me out. So. Ooh. Weird. Broken book does not work. Or is not powered, I guess. Oh, it's a little beetle. Beetle statue. Does it do something? It does not. Oh no! Stream!